Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, is Nelly the best contestant ever?
Pretty goddamn sure that's a resounding yes.
Subscribing to the channel because today we're reviewing the Great British Baking Show Collection 12, Episode 3, Bread Week.
Yeah, man. Never fails to give me a heart attack.
The signatures in this specifically were just me like, no! Why? Like freaking out. And I don't know what the fuck was, what was his name? He like lost his shit in the signature bake. Oh, what was his goddamn name? I get the people mixed up and there's so many at this point that I'm still trying to like get names and faces together. But he was the one that did the Pride bake.
Oh, that was
I'm trying to look here.
John.
Yeah. Horn of
Yeah, because he did the Pride cornucopia.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? Like, seriously. I mean, he didn't do great before that, but he didn't do horrible, and he just crumbled. No pun intended. Man. Like, no, straight up crumbled.
Yeah, he was decimated by those fucking bagels. I mean, I
would
get
be
it.
Too.
I agree.
He put him in the cornucopia, which I would not have done. And then when Paul started cutting, he was like, let's just not.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. They looked fucked. Mm-hmm. Why would you even put it there? Like, if you fucked something up, don't just say, I ran out of time. I made a mistake. They're not good enough. I'm not going to show you.
Try again.
My turd.
That's the thing. He threw one in at, like, he did them one at a time.
Yeah.
And it's like the first one just sinks. And that's obviously a sign of you fucked up. Mm-hmm. You start over immediately, especially with this all being a fucking yeast bread.
Yeah, and he was vocalizing the whole time. This never happens. This is very odd. Why is this happening?
Okay, so bagels
stop
all the
fix
time.
It. Like, right? For fuck's sake, this is like your life in this show. Do you want to win, or are you just like here for what? Like, fuck. I don't know. Like, his arc really bothered me because I really grew to like appreciate and like him in these 3 episodes up until that signature bake, and then I didn't even recognize him anymore.
I thought for sure he was going home.
Fuck. So weird. All right. So this is a competition. We got 3 tasks. One of them you know about. The second one you don't know about. The third one you've planned for. It's basically you get like a week off and you come in for 2 days and you bake. That's the whole thing. And you're judged on it. As we are all in life. We're judged on everything. Absolutely. We just don't have people and a camera in our face while it's happening.
Yeah, not usually.
Generally.
I mean, we do.
The signature bake is a savory buns. And it's bread week. You got to have some bun puns. Like, there was a lot of bun talk.
Yep.
I feel like they were really delicate and kind with their bun talk. I would have gone a little deeper.
Yeah, I would. Everybody was pretty reserved this episode, which was kind of surprising.
Except for the eliminated dude who was like talking about the size of his horn.
Yeah.
And Paul just couldn't handle it, and he walked up. Paul walked off.
Fucking hilarious. Like, oh, it's so small. I've never had any complaints.
Yeah. Paul's just like, I'm out. I can't. I'm done.
Yeah, that shit was so goddamn funny. Him and Allison going back and forth on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see yours is smaller than everybody else's. Well, I know how to use it. Oh, it is all about knowing how to use it.
Yeah. To a degree, everyone out there. Don't fool yourselves. It's to a degree. If you got a micro like Hitler had, there's no helping you. Bullet to the head. That's kind of all you got. That's the best. Certainly for him, at least. I'm not telling anyone to do that.
Yeah, please don't.
That's not what I'm saying.
Let's not repeat that ever again.
Maybe just yank on it for a while. I don't know how you fix it. I've never tried to fix mine, so I just assume it's unfixable. So any of these savory buns sort of stand out to you? We had a bunch of them.
Like the mustard and sage pesto.
Pretty good to me.
I don't understand British palates. Oh, why would you do mushrooms with mushrooms and pesto? And it's like, I can understand that flavor profile right now just saying those words, and that is beautiful. Mm-hmm. That is just herbaceous.
It sounds like Italian food.
Yeah. It's like, I am sitting out in the Shire with a pipe full of fucking long bottom leaf and
100%.
a mushroom sage pesto bun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I imagine hobbits would eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's magical.
Every quarter, Bombadil comes bouncing through with a great song. Like,
I
that's your
fucking
life.
I wish,
That'd
man.
be
That's
amazing.
so dope. So I mean, yeah, honestly, like a lot of them sounded great.
I thought all of them were great. I
uh,
didn't see one where I was like, ooh.
Yeah, like every single one of them I would decimate. I really desperately want to try Dylan's because of the fact that it blew Paul's mind so goddamn much.
Right.
Now, again, it's
That
one of those
looked
things where,
wild.
understanding different cultures' palates, like he's like, oh, I'm doing gochujang and garlic, and I'm like, fucking bomb, yeah, let's do that shit. I have that in my fridge right now. I use it in stuff. Like, I love Korean food. So, like, he said that. I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm on board. And Paul's just like, I don't know what that is.
That's what I was saying. I was like, come again? Gesundheit? What do you mean?
But, yeah,
Looked
like his
amazing, though.
definitely. And the thing is, like, that is him pulling his dick out, slapping it on the table and saying, anybody want to compare? Because everybody else
didn't he get a handshake for that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because it blew Paul's mind.
So
but the thing is,
good.
his was the most simple out of all of them because he just did a straight up bun.
Yeah.
Like there's no filling.
Yeah.
There's no nothing. All he did was a nice
perfectly
tight
baked
bun, cut for the most part properly. So got that beautiful ear.
Mm-hmm.
And
first of all, you say, I mean, he was shitting on it. Paul was, giving compliments. It looked fine to me. So
that's the thing.
Like, his worst critic,
Yeah, I couldn't see the one that he thought he fucked up, but it's like all those look beautiful. And even Paul's like, you can fucking sell these.
Mm-hmm.
But
and he didn't react at all. He was like shocked.
Yeah, that was the best part. Like that was, there's every now and then you think, okay, how much of this is scripted and how much isn't? Because I mean, it's reality television. Shit scripted. It's just reality.
I don't think you can script bakes though.
You can a little bit, like the interactions and stuff for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, like the back and forths from time to time, but not like the bakes. Like,
well, yeah, not
chaos.
the actual bakes themselves. I'm just talking like the interaction, all that shit. But
right.
like that was pure reality. That kid was about to fucking drop because he had no idea what was going on, and it was just like, yeah, that would be me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean this was good?
Paul had his hand out for a good 2 to 3 count.
Yeah.
And he was staring at it like, wait, what does that mean? What are you doing?
That was straight up deer in the headlights on his face. It was so fucking
It was
hilarious.
the best. And then my all-time least favorite reaction to anything, I hate it to my core, cheers. When someone says cheers, I want to punch them in their teeth. I can't stand it because it's used ubiquitously for so many different situations. It has zero meaning at all. Like you just had this is the height of your moment as a young man. You've had it was you touching a boob, you getting your dick in a vagina, and you getting a handshake from Paul. Those are the order at your life thus far. In order. And he was just like, cheers. I would have jumped across the table and choked his ass out. You motherfucker! Say thank you and pray to him. I would fuck, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know why.
That was pretty funny.
It just bugged me. The pat. What did you think about the pat? Was that meaningful at all, or is that just because he was talking to
funny.
Was it Georgie? Gil. Who was it? What the fuck is her name?
It was.
I
think it was Ilian.
Ilian.
Yeah, because the buns themselves were a little bit dry.
He said if it just did one thing, if the buns were just slightly better, he would have given her a handshake. Mm-hmm. And she was just standing there like a fucking idiot. And then he's like, I'll give you a pat. And then dude behind her is just like, you got the first pat. Man, it's amazing. And in my head, I'm just like, does that mean anything? If he shit on your chest, are you going to celebrate that? Is every expression of Paul mean something? Or is it just the one thing that's been built up in the show? Do you know what I mean? So when you saw the pat, were you just like, oh, that's cool. That's, big deal. Or was he just like, no, I'm going to give you a pat.
I just laughed. Because it's that's him being like, yeah, sorry, you didn't do that good. But it was pretty good mostly.
Yeah.
It was like when you pat a child on the head when they're doing something stupid. And it's just like, oh, you. That's kind of what that felt like
Right,
to me.
right. It was kind of like the equivalent of when you're talking about someone that's like a little bit, maybe they got like an extra chromosome or something. Like, bless their heart.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
straight up.
was.
That was
It
a
was a
bless
bless
you.
your heart,
Yeah.
Pat. And she was like, I don't know how to take this. And the dude behind her was like making a big deal about it. So she's like, I got the first ever. And I was like, I don't think that was a good thing.
Yeah.
I can't tell, but I don't think that was a good thing. Like, you just got to bless your heart, which is not a good thing. Ugh, you
Yeah.
fucking British people don't know. I love fucking Andy. Like, I thought he was great, and he did not do well, and he should probably not have been there at the end. But I love his attitude, man.
Yeah, man,
It's
that
coming
guy.
out.
It's great. It's just so funny too, because the self-deprecating humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I bet you packed a load of hats. Nope, only 3. Oh, I hope that's not an omen. I guess we'll find out. Like, the dude's fucking hilarious.
I think it's great, and maybe it's because he like clearly loves American culture.
Mm.
Like, his whole showstopper was just America based,
Yeah,
even though
his
poorly done.
40th birthday visit to New York City.
Yeah. I just thought it was so much fun, and he served time with the American forces in his tour, and I don't know, I like the dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's good enough to be here. He's not bad.
I honestly think he's going to be one of those people. Like, if he makes it to the halfway point, he could possibly be in the semifinals.
Oh my gosh!
Like, again, that's just how it usually goes with this show.
Right.
Like, you get the people that are just barely skipping along, and I mean, that's how he's doing. Like, I mean, it was like right here, and then technicals here, and then his signature or showstopper was here. So he's like balanced, but yeah, no, I could see him going pretty far.
I mean,
I would
he
like
did
to see him go
third in
pretty
the technical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
He's done
technical, he
nothing.
did great.
And his salami savory buns sounded delicious to me.
Yeah, there's not a
It's like a
single
little
one.
sausage bun.
Yeah, not a single one of those sounds not palatable.
I
Like,
really
I would
wanted to
just
try that black pudding
yeah.
bun that Gil put out, and she really stood out in this episode specifically for me. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't do particularly well, but she came on my radar with the last one with the whole gingerbread man story, and then this one with her baking and her sort of interplay with Noel. I really like felt her as like a human for the first time. It was like, do they do that intentionally in the editing bay so that you're sort of led, along the journey of like the people who are going to make it longer, or are they just sort of showcasing personality as it shows up? Like, is there intention or not? I don't really know.
It's hard to gauge, but yeah, I mean, with this one, you definitely got a sense of where she's from as well.
Yeah.
Like, specifically her area, because was it Paul? I think was talking
Northern
shit on
portions.
black pudding, and she's like, "Ah, shut up, blah 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 blah," and it's just like, yeah, that's fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last episode, it was northern portions of her. Like, he's like, how big is that? That's gonna be super dense and stuff, and it didn't end up being. And then this one, it was just like, or maybe that was this one. I don't know. Ended up being okay. In either case, I still think Nellie takes the cake for personality in all of these. I don't
Definitely.
know what it is about her. I don't know why I'm like swinging for the fences with her. Every time she's on screen, she says something that just connects me with her as like another human being, and it just makes me cheer for her. Like, I want to see her do so well. And she's like, my time is coming. He will see, like, just the maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's her aspirational hope, like her joy of being here and doing this, knowing that she's capable, the confidence in it. There's something about her that draws me to her, and I don't quite know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting closer to the nail head, but
yeah,
I don't know either, but that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, and she ended up getting first in the technical, the plated loaf, and
it was so funny. I didn't think that was going to happen because she
No.
added an extra piece.
yeah, she did like a
And-
little decorative to hide the joining.
Yeah, and Paul's like, "That's fucking brilliant."
Yeah, you guarantee he's gonna be fixing this thing, and his next one he's gonna do that decorative piece.
Okay, so since we're on the technical now, how much would that have kicked your ass to do?
didn't seem that difficult when I was watching
Right?
it.
Who the fuck hasn't braided before?
Like, I don't know why people were losing their minds or why they were
Well,
like putting it halfway. Like, that's not
yeah.
how he did it. Like, just
Well, and then this was a kicker too, because this was another change up from how we traditionally have the technical challenge, where this started with Paul doing a walkthrough on how to do it. Like, he showed them, this is how thin you want it to be, this is how long you want them to be, this is how you braid them so you get it, and then you flip it, and then you do it this way. Real fucking simple shit. Now, I mean, of course, they're all under pressure. They're on a fucking game show. I get it.
Yeah.
There's an added level of to everything. But still.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard to braid.
And it, like, especially the way, like, the description is as easy as doing it. 3 on one side, 4 on the other. Outside to the outside. And then the next inside to the outside. And then the next inside to the outside. Like, it was just the simplest pattern. And I'm probably saying it wrong in my memory. So it's probably clearly not difficult. Or it probably is difficult for me to do. But it didn't seem difficult at all. And they were all fucking it up, like, weirdly badly. Like, almost as if they were trying to fuck it up. That's how bad it looked. The whole time I was just like, what are you fucking, that's not what he showed you. What are you doing? What? And then fucking it was Dylan. He was just like, why do I have a lump in the middle?
Yeah, Dylan.
Because you did it wrong, dude.
That's why. It's like, if it doesn't look like what you were seeing, you're just start over again.
Just don't. Yeah, that's what bothers me the most about this, is that people know they did it wrong because they make the comment about it, and they're just like, oh well, and go about their lives. You're like, you have time. Like, fucking, what did it take you, a minute to do that? Just do it over again, for fuck's sake.
Right? It's like, until you actually have that shit pressed in, like, connected, it's all just separate dough. You can easily just undo it, re-roll, and then start over again, and no one's going to be the wiser.
Yeah, Christiane's stuck out to me because it was, like, super bulgy on one end. There was no circle in the middle. I was just like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah, it looked, instead of being like a plated loaf, it just looked like a fucking loaf.
Yeah. Loaf of shit.
Yeah.
You're half Greek, but John's Greek creation was a disaster. That looked awful. You're clearly not a discerning. What? Who was John? Which one was Yama?
That was the blonde kid.
Pride. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know he was half Greek. I had a friend.
No. So he was doing a Greek-inspired bun, is what it was. And it's just, I mean, you know what? It's a mistake that's very easy to make. And Paul even explained, you got too much moisture into there. So as soon as that shit starts to steam, that's going to go whoop.
Yeah.
And then the filling drops, and it's an empty bun.
I would have just squished it and ate it.
Yeah, I'm a fat kid. I would just been like, oh, I guess it's not supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
And then took it to chow time.
I would have been like, yeah, that's what it would look like if I did it. All right. Nom, 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 nom.
Right?
Like, I don't give a fuck. It's delicious. Good job. But yeah, I mean, you do need to, like, consider the steam that's coming up from the filling that you're putting inside of it. And it seems like this is the first time they've ever considered that type of thing. And again, it's like every single week we have these conversations like, didn't you go through, like, challenges to be here? Like, how did you get on this show? You should know stuff like this. I shouldn't know because I'm not on a game show, but you should know because you are.
The kicker is they get time to practice on this shit.
Like
not the technical, but like everything else.
Yeah.
They've got a week to fucking practice this shit before they actually go on. So
I just don't get it.
It's just like, has he really never done this before? Did he decide to mix it up? Or is just this the one time that it didn't work for him?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to say, I'm a huge fan of Greek culture, though. Bunch of naked, hairy men wrestling each other. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Fuck yeah. That's not where I thought you were going, but I'm down.
I had a friend, she was Greek, and like she like always like made a bunch of fucking food that was, I guess, I don't know, Greek, maybe Greek adjacent. And then one time she like introduced me to ouzo.
Ooh, God.
Adam was a crying flub.
It does that. I professed my undying love to a friend of mine and then bawled and vomited. And then had to work the next day.
That shit fucked me up. Yeah.
It's
My
great.
wife was like visiting her family, and I was just like, why can't she be with me now? It's just like a mess. And they were just like, maybe it's time to cut him off. Like, clearly he's had like a shot already, so that's too much.
Yeah. Dude, that shit, man, it'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
Greeks don't fuck around with drinking.
No. So as far as the showstoppers, there was a lot of fucking like amazing ones and a lot of shitty ass stinkers.
Mm-hmm.
What stood out to you in this?
I'm trying to remember. So I mean, of course, Dylan's.
There's all the
was
cornucopia
great.
ones.
Yeah. Dylan's was great.
Yeah.
It didn't so much remind me of a cat, more as a sandworm from Beetlejuice. But I mean, still, it was.
That's
fucking
better.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
I
want a sandworm pet.
Christians stood out, but not in a good way. I loved that Paul was calling, what the fuck is this? That's an orchid. It's like
That's
no
not
orchid
an
I've
orchid.
ever seen.
I've seen an orchid. It looked like the Florida Lease from like the Boy Scout fucking emblem.
Yeah.
To me, I was just like, it's not a Florida Lease, but it's not anything good, so it's got to be like, rapist fucking Boy Scout stuff. Because that's what it's all about, people, if you didn't know. Old men touching young men.
Yes, but it was a club invented to prevent young men from masturbating.
Ironically.
Yeah.
There was a lot of masturbation.
Yeah, so much masturbation.
I had some of my earliest homosexual experiences in Boy Scouts. And
yeah, I mean, I
wasn't
think
alone
that's
because I wasn't alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Scouts. Everybody knows that. Yeah.
It's like either Dungeons and Dragons or touching wieners. Those are your two options. I do have like genuinely good like memories of that. It was like we had this old Korean War vet who was actually a wonderful man. He was super cool to me. Never touched my wiener once. It was awesome.
Dick.
I mean, I went to him after years later. Like, am I not good enough? I talked to therapists about it. But we like went on like at the top of a mountain, and he just walked us down and talked to us about vegetation. And of course, as kids, we were running down, so we fell and scraped our knees. And he would take like fresh leaves with dew on it and clean it off, and talk to us about medicine. And like, it was amazing. And he just got that from being in the Korean War, or I don't know, maybe he was like a fucking secret shaman or something. But it was dope.
Could be both.
Yeah. I mean, why exclusive? Anyway, it wasn't all bad. So, yeah.
It wasn't all bad, was it?
I'm not scarred from every memory, just most of them. None of these cornucopia. Which one was it? It was Dylan. No, not Dylan's. It was Andy's that like shit the bed. It was like this weird.
Yeah, it just like completely
red, white,
fell
and blue
apart.
thing that just like bloop on the edge.
Yeah.
That's the one where I was just like, ah!
Like, honestly, the fact that he didn't go home over the showstopper was insane. Like, I mean, he did well throughout the rest. That's the only reason why he stuck around. But like everything he did, I don't want to say he failed on. I mean, except for the cornucopia itself. Like the horn, he fucked that up. But like his pretzels, those weren't pretzels. Those were cinnamon
that's I think you can't get worse than Prue going, you set us up to expect a focaccia and a bagel, and that's not what you give us. So
yeah. She's like, oh, this isn't pizza.
Yeah.
This isn't focaccia, and this sure as shit isn't a pretzel. And it's like, dude, I'm sorry, but like, if you're gonna base it off of something, you gotta at least kind of do the something. Like a Chicago style pizza is not this much fucking bread with a slight smattering of sauce on top. It is this fucking thick,
well,
this much cheese and this much sauce.
Like that's the whole thing.
Yeah. And then Paul's like, dude, no, this is not a pretzel. This is a cinnamon bun. This is a really good cinnamon bun. Pretzel, it is not.
He's like, hey, yeah, it's a bun. It was a bun. Like, all right, you like, I get you're being cheeky and you're trying to like get out of whatever, but you should know what you're making. And you should strive for that end result. He does, as much as I like him as a sort of personality, I don't see him lasting. And if he makes it that finalist, I'm going to lose my mind. Like that's if
I
he wins this motherfucker, I
oh
will
man,
like
I
murder
still
someone.
see him having a fucking turnaround, like presto
Oh
changeo, just
jeez.
all of a sudden a master baker.
Oh jeez. I can't decide who's going to be like the biggest changeover. Samaya, who's been good, clearly 1-star baker, never going to handshake. She's in my mind clearly going to the end. But I think there's gonna be a moment where she really like turns it to 11. You know, just like comes out with some amazing something. I just feel like she's due. She seems to be one of those people that she doesn't like. Seemingly, she doesn't even like to bake. She just bakes the ingredients that her parents tell her to
Yeah.
bake, and she's great at it. And so it just sort of works out. And I hate her personality, like this sort of like English version of a valley girl, which I just
Yeah.
hate. But she's fucking great, and she keeps doing amazing shit. I keep expecting her to fail, but she just keeps getting better, it seems like.
Mhm.
So I see her going far. I really want Nelly to go far. I just don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
Neither do I. It's like with this one, this was sort of an iffy episode because her buns weren't technically buns.
Mm-hmm.
They sounded amazing, but technically not buns. I mean, of course, the technical challenge she fucking killed because she's
Yeah.
the only person that paid attention. But yeah, with her cornucopia, I honestly don't even fucking remember it.
I don't either. And that's
And
the
I
problem.
watched it last night.
I literally watched the ending like 3 hours ago. And I don't remember it. I think my biggest complaint with her is that I think I like her personality more than her capability, you know, or she doesn't have the capability that lives up to her personality. I know when she was
Yeah.
talking about her buns, and she was talking about how the filling was like her husband's Middle Eastern, and then the dough was her, and I'm like, is she just telling us how she fucks? Because that's how everyone fucks. The guy goes
That's
on
what
the
it sounded
inside,
like.
and she's the
It's like,
soft
I
outside.
just take that Pakistani filling and stuff it in my Slovakian buns.
Like, yeah.
It's like, I bet they don't make love. I bet she fucks him.
Oh, 100% she fucks him. I think there's no there's probably a universe where he's like, I'm going to give it to my wife tonight. I'm going to, and then she just like flips him over and just rides him. He doesn't
Yeah.
even know where it is. Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a butthole or a vagina hole or a fucking, I don't know, a belly button, but I'm in something and it's kind of wet. Like, I bet she just tears his shit up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I kind of want to see it. Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't like want to enjoy watching it, but I kind of want to see it
Yeah, I mean, it's
just to know.
that's just how it goes. Like, you don't always want to see things because you're legit like, ooh.
Yeah.
You're just morbid curiosity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like a car wreck, but with fucking.
Yeah.
He's definitely the little spoon.
Yeah, 100%.
He's the dildo spoon. He doesn't even know it. He's just like, what am I inside? No. I'm Pakistani. All right. I bet there's like a huge machismo culture in Pakistan that if anyone from there watched this, they're just like, you fucking American pig dogs. You don't know shit. We own that pussy. Like, all right, you do your
Good
thing,
for
man.
you.
We just
Good
didn't,
for you.
this is our interpretation from outside in. You're a toy. All right, so the final result is Dylan Starbaker.
He just decimated
Fucking
it.
owning
And it's so funny too because he did the worst in the technical, but blew Paul's mind
Yeah.
with flavors he had never experienced, I guess. So
Yeah. And I love that. I love that this dude who's been doing this as a career his whole adult life can still be surprised. And the people who are surprising him are these kids that are just...
and the thing is too, he's like super fucking humble about it too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're talking about it, and Noel's like, "Oh, when did you finally develop a good proper bun like this?" He's like, "Like 46."
Yes, exactly.
It's like,
right.
I'm not good. That
Exactly
was
right.
fucking amazing.
I was a little bit disappointed with his description on compliment, though. He said, you're a really decent baker. I feel like decent in U.S. is a derogatory term.
Yeah, that's like you're just
decent at
above
it.
average.
Like, you're capable of putting flour in a bowl. Congratulations. You're decent. But
Right.
over in U.K., it's like a good thing? I don't know. I was just like, what the fuck are you being a dick for?
Right.
And why is he happy that you're being a dick to him? Like, I must not understand. And then, of course, John, he shit the bed. It happens. You're a good baker, you have a shit week, and you're fucked.
That's the crazy thing about this. It's something that you never quite get used to with the show, is just how somebody can be a solid baker and then just one bad bake and they're fucking gone.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not like that with sex.
I would,
because I would never be on top. I would always be gone. It's like, I gotta have my fucking home run someday. It's gotta happen once, right? It's always just like trying to feed baby food to a vagina. All right.
Yep.
On that note, anything
else?
On
that note, I don't think there's anything else we can say about this episode.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let us know if you had any favorite bakes or if you have a favorite baker in the tent. I'm always interested to hear. And is this whole thing scripted? Am I an idiot? Am I just assuming this is sort of like on the cuff? It seems very impromptu to me, but I'm also an idiot. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me. Just say, yes, you're dumb. All right. Well, always remember the evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there, give that baby food to those women of yours, and be evil.
Don't forget to slice a bun.
Slice a bun with your penis. I feel like I would stick it in a bun. Like a bun, like a